debut album for the Goblyns, a band that brings together German and Dutch musicians and musically encompasses different influences. We got surf rock, psychedelic and even a hint of space rock, which results in a very relaxed and laid-back sound, wrapped in a production that is raw, but at the same time nostalgic, with an analog warmth that it's impossible to resist and also hard to find nowadays. This is one of those simple albums which analytically may not be easy to find reasons to highlight, but once you've listened to it, it ends sticking in your memory. Good vibes, man. Mons Veneris, one of Portugal's most active and prolific black metal bands. With this, their sixth album, we immediately have the title track, which is an epic of more than 20 minutes and which in itself is a journey without deviating 1 inch from their very raw black metal identity. To start a work like this and even have an album with only 4 songs, the first of which is 20 minutes long, as I said, is an indication that creative freedom is what speaks loudest here. And that kind of arrogance isn't unreasonable, as Ascent into Draconian Abyss is really the highlight, but the rest of the album isn't just filler. An addiction that may even be unexpected for those who don't appreciate primitive black metal. The third album, as stated in the press release, although Metal Archives says it's the fourth, by Summoner's Circle from the United States, a band that could be a revelation for many fans of the not always graceful blend of death and black metal with some melodic and symphonic contours, but in balanced quantities, without any indication of dominance by any of those aspects. Although I understand that the progressive metal label being added to the series of labels mentioned before, I don't think it's a dominant factor either. Cult is a work that breaks vertically with the tradition so far and focuses on organized religion and its evils, but maintains a high level of quality throughout 7 strong songs. Even though the formula doesn't bring much new, it's a great album that will catch you in no time. With no bullshit. That's enough to get anyone who is a fan of the style, of course, immediately interested. However, it's not the predictable butchering machine from start to finish, although there are moments of that. But even if it was, it also doesn't last more than 20 minutes. We have a healthy dynamic that makes this record listen on repeat for hours without getting tired, and that's saying a lot. Live in a time when the concept of the album itself is less important than singles and playlists and whatnot. The Liar and the Fool immediately gives an indication of what we're going to find here, and of course a good opening track doesn't indicate that we're in for a great album, but I had a feeling that was exactly what we'd get here, and I was not wrong. A fantastic blend of doom and gothic metal presented us with a melodic and melancholic songs that immediately leave their mark. This is one of the greatest of the year in this genre. Horn are back, and expectations are automatically high. The German one-man band has long been a reference in pagan black metal, not exactly using the tools of folk, but managing to evoke the same eras and the same values and ambience. Everything sounds perfect, with the songs captivating right from the start and the dynamics being the most spoken language over here, where the up-tempo moments are as catchy as the more epic ones. In almost 14 minutes we have music that will last for ages and become as timeless as the very concept it focuses on. This is the debut album from Italy's Ghost on Mars, and it doesn't hide its sympathy for modern progressive metal from the outset, but that doesn't mean they are just another band like all the others we have in this genre. Emotionality is undoubtedly their greatest asset, that and the ability to combine it with striking melodies without forgetting the heaviness accentuated by occasional gutturals vocals. A debut that is presented us with the flavor of something with a lot of experience because of the way it manages to impress with the solidity of its compositions. It's often said that the band's third album is the one that defines them, both in terms of quality and success. As far as the latter is concerned, we can't define it at the moment, and in underground terms it will take a little longer to be sure, but as far as quality is concerned, Voru Kasha comes as no surprise. We already knew that Bismarck have a gift for bringing a ritualistic and cathartic aspect to their doom metal, and this aspect is very well developed here. Without a doubt, this album defines the band as one of the main references in the mix of doom metal with a certain atmospheric post-metal flavor. Italians Ataraxia are back with their 29th album, an impressive milestone in itself for any band, artist, whatever. 29 albums. All the more impressive for the quality of 8 new songs and 2 extras for the CD edition that have never been published before. This album is a part of the trilogy that began with the previous album, Pomegranate, which is a tribute to elemental spirits, haunting, touching, and definitely one of the highlights of the darkwave neoclassical scene in 2024. Prepare to be transported to another dimension. What a splendid, majestic album this is. 8 songs, an hour of music, symphonic metal. A style that perhaps we're all tired of hearing. I'm not going to hide away from that. Not that the Epica and Therian of this life have often disappointed us, not that, but what was exotic and excited before has become somewhat banal. This has made it difficult even for the aforementioned masters and others who haven't been mentioned to come up with something new. Lost in Grey don't bring anything new, nor are they a new band. This is already their 4th album. Yet what they present is a true masterpiece that rises above everything.